Welcome to Hey Therapist. I'm your host, Leslie Ross. With me is my producer, Jay Wesley Lindley. Let's get mental. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hey Therapist.
Hey guys, welcome back.
We had an email come in and they ask, what do you do when you fall in love with your best friend? And I thought it was a pretty interesting question. And so there's a lot of more context I need. So if you are going to send in questions, give me more detail of that, because it really was that. Like there wasn't really a lot of, are they interested in you? Have y'all ever had any conversations? Has there been anything that happened? So I don't know the details, but I was like, you know what? It's a viewer question, so we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I know, speaking from a personal experience, that it has definitely happened for me. And it is like probably one of the hardest things to navigate that I've ever had to navigate. I cannot say names because I don't know if this person would ever listen to this, or if they could listen to it. I don't know. And he's absolutely going to know it's about him if he does listen. But
Sure.
But I'm at this point where I just kind of don't care.
Right.
Because obviously what happens in my life, a lot of it we do speak on here. So this is probably as of the most recent thing that's actually happened to me. And at the time of this going on, like, I didn't know it was happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that both myself and him subconsciously knew that it was, we never could, so we never like acted on anything. I didn't realize it until after the fact that we got away from each other, because
You're like, oh.
I feel like that there are moments. Okay, so I'm gonna take it back a little bit. I feel like that there are moments that everyone around you can see it, but you can't.
Oh, for sure.
I look back now and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I think that I did fall for him, and I didn't know I was.
Sure.
It was something I had to like dig deep about. And it was actually one of my friends. They were like, there's some things that I feel like that you have not dealt with. You need to dig deep about, because you've not opened up to any of us about it. You've not talked about some of these things. So having this question come in, it's like very...
Maybe it's from him.
It's a
dun, dun, dun.
It's a very like real scenario that a lot of us go through, that I think that we subconsciously know that we're not supposed to be falling for our friends.
Right.
Or we don't want to. I can honestly say, God is my witness, I did not have those. I didn't even process that. Like I was like, no, there's no way. Like, we're best friends. Like, no, this is weird. Like, would not do that.
You weren't like secretly spying through peepholes
like,
and longing for him to just come in there. Like, we're friends.
We were friends. It was a very, very real thing when I really started working on, I like really had to dig deep about my mental health and like really kind of come to terms with some stuff. And then when my friend kind of brought it to my attention, and she was like, you need to like get rid of some of these things that's happened. Like, I don't really know so I was talking to her about it one evening, and she was like, Riley, I'm not trying to put something in your head, but like, have you thought that maybe there was something there that you both did not, that it was just like, you both denied it because you subconsciously needed to deny that, and you knew that it was not healthy for you both to do that? And I was like, never really thought of it. So then I started diving deep into some of the things, that the behaviors and things, and started writing them down.
Right.
And I was like, so then I wrote all this down, and I came back to her and I said, so I just want to like kind of rehash some of this just to see if I can get some clarity out of it, because this doesn't feel, I don't know. And I've never, like, the male friendship thing is like, and especially in the gay world, can be very interesting, and the dynamics can be different anyways. But I had a male friend before that was gay, and it never was like this. Like, we were truly just friends, and like, we didn't like do like couple things.
Right.
And to that question, like, I know how it feels to fall for someone. Do you tell them or do you not tell them? Do you act on it? Do you not act on it? There is this place of, if you act on it, they could completely shut you down and never speak to you again. There's this place of, they could have the same feelings and was hoping that you would say something too. There's all these different things that could happen in these different reactions. Have I fallen for someone that was a friend? Yes, I do think I have. It was not intentional. There was no, and it was not the intention at the time. I just think that we both were, I feel like sometimes in friendship that there's friends that fill a void in your life you didn't realize that you needed filled, that can create a lot of emotions and mixed feelings that you don't know that are even there. And I do suggest that you talk about them and you meet them head on with that friend and get a little bit of clarity about it before it gets too far, because there can be a lot of resentment happen that was not the intention. So I feel like that navigating that is probably one of the hardest things that I've had to kind of deal with in a friendship, is crossing those feelings. And I think that's where some of that got a little murky in that area. It can get weird with friends. You have to be careful with that, and you have to like know how to navigate that and know how to set those boundaries and know how to be very strong in those. And you know, because I mean, usually you're attracted to your friends because they're like-minded and they're like you. And so I don't have a whole lot of male companions in my life. So I think that was also very different for me to navigate, is someone that liked some of the same things that I did. And so it made it very, very difficult. So
when you start to feel those feelings for someone, anyone, especially someone who has been your friend, what are you actually feeling? Like, are you truly romantically attracted to this person? Like, can you picture yourself being intimate with them? Can you picture yourself in these situations? Or is it just because they bring you that peace and comfort that you've been looking for in a partner? They're providing something for you that you haven't been getting anywhere else. And so you're looking at them in a romantic way, you think, but are you really? Like, is it really a romantic connection? Like, can you imagine being intimate with, like, that's one of the things. If you were making out with this person, what do you think that would be like? Can you imagine having sex with this person? If you can't, then it's probably not a romantic connection. You may love them. And a lot of times we do confuse romantic love with friendship love. Yeah. And it's one of those things you just have to see are all of the things that you would want in a romantic relationship checked off. Do they provide you comfort? Yes. Do they provide you a safe place? Yes. Do they provide you calm? Yes. Can you imagine having sex with this person? Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, then they're just a good friend. Yeah. Like, it's just a good friend. Yeah. Can you imagine having sex with them? Well, maybe. I mean, they're not terrible. Which still isn't a good start. But, like, because I do care about them a lot. Okay, well, you may just care about them a lot. And they may care a lot about you. But it does come down to having that conversation. You've got to have the uncomfortable conversations. I was dating someone, and he had a female roommate. All the stories that I'd heard for him was just like, no, she's like a sister. She's like a sister. She's too young. She's immature. She does all these things. I don't like the way she lives her life. She's just living here because of a situation. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I go to visit, and this bitch, let me tell you, first off, because he's like, no, she's so excited. And I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. Because my literal job is reading people, right? Like, what I do for a living. Yeah. I was there for a whole solid day. She didn't say hi to me. She walks through the house to go take a shower, doesn't say hi to me. And I'm like, okay. And then we go and do something the day that I'm visiting, whatever. And then the next day he's like, well, let's go do something with her because I want you to know her. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I mean, because we went to the bar she worked at. Because she's a grown woman that's still bartending, which, whatever. She like didn't talk to me. She would talk to him, but she wouldn't talk to me. I'm like, okay. So, and then the last day that I was there, we all went to do something together because he's like, I want you. I'm like, yeah, you know what? If she's your friend, she's important in your life. Yeah, okay. So we go, and he's talking about, she was asking what we did, and he was talking about taking me to this one restaurant. She's like, well, you never took me there. And he was like, well, it's kind of a date place. And she's like, well, you never took me there. And I'm thinking, why the fuck would he? What?
I'm sorry, what?
What? So then we get to the restaurant place, and we're sitting at the bar, and like she keeps finding a reason to touch him. And I'm like,
oh, every claw in me would have come out.
I'm like, okay. So then we get back to the house. She had to go to work or something. I don't remember what happened. But I was like, she is into you. And he's like, no, we're just friends. And I said, you're just friends. And like the way he responded to her, I really never got that vibe off of him at the time. I'm like, maybe but she is into you. She's jealous. She's not liking this. He's like, well, I've dated other people. I said, you haven't been serious about other people. Like, you say you're serious about me. This is this long distance thing you're saying you're serious about. Like, we've had these conversations and you've had them in front of her because I know you've had them in front of her. She wants you. I'm telling you, you open the door, she climbing in.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay.
Test the theory, baby.
We break up. Rocks on a few months after that, and I'm talking to him because we still are friendly. We still talk. And he said, and there were some pictures that she posted of them, which she always, whenever she posted them doing anything, it always looked like they were a couple. And I'm like, why is she always on you? And he's like, it's just how she is. Which other pictures with other men and other people's husbands and stuff, she's the same way. Like, she's one of those girls, whatever. She's a pick-me. It's fine. So Roxanne, there's these pictures, and I'm like, these are a little more intimate. We were talking one day about something else, and I'm like, so are y'all like dating? Like, what's going on? And he was like, well, we were. We tried it because she wanted to try it.
What?
And I said, so you entertained it? And he's like, well, I mean, it's just one of those things. I thought maybe we could. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
What? He was like, yeah, I mean, it's just, it didn't work out. I was like, whoa, why didn't it work out? Because of all the things you said or the reasons you weren't attracted to her?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you even try it? But he's that kind of guy, like, because she was there, situational. It seemed easy. Like, it seemed like it would be easy, I think, was his thinking. But I was like, why would you not listen? And I think that goes to, like, with what you're talking about with the friends. I'm telling you. And we were in a fight about, like, it was our first fight that we got in with me saying, she is into you. She needs to be out of your house. If we are going to be in a relationship, she's got to go. And this isn't me just being, like, overbearing or whatever. I'm all for opposite sex friendships or same-sex friendships, whatever. I have a lot of guys that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
And would some of them come on in if I gave them the opportunity? Probably.
Yeah.
But they know they're not going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's others that we're just like, oh, absolutely not. You would drive me nuts. Like, are you kidding me? Like, no.
Yeah.
So I'm not one to say you can't be friends with girls, because I'm not going to have you say you can't be friends with guys, because I have a lot of guy friends.
But you know the feeling when you get it. Like, you can tell when someone is like, when there's like an interaction. I am truly one of the most oblivious. I do not see things. Like, there has to be someone that actually come up to me and say, I like you.
Right.
Because I don't pick up signs well. I tend to be kind of a flirty individual anyways.
Sure.
So if someone's flirting with me, it's just my, like,
yeah.
and a lot of it's
we're
my
just
job.
Flirting. Like, it's just fine. We're just being playful.
Like, I have to be kind of more playful and flirty in my job. And so, like, I don't mean to be that way if it's, like, being received wrong, you know what I mean? But I also, what it does is it's made me not realize it at all when someone's flirting with me, or being very attentive to my needs, or just attentive to me in general. So I was like, I didn't realize it. So
you wouldn't have been ready for it, even.
There's no way.
If it would have been like, listen, I really dig you, you might be like, yes, but it may not have worked out because
there's
you
no
weren't
way.
in the right
We would have killed
headspace.
each other.
Well, and I think that goes to, if you see that in a friend, if you are around people and you're seeing these types of relationships, bring it up. Because when I brought it up, yes, it created conflict in the relationship that I was in. Hear me when I say this. And I think he was like you, like he didn't see it.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't looking for it. She wasn't someone he was at that time. Apparently later, I don't know, whatever. Or he was just a really good liar.
Yeah.
I don't think he was that good of a liar. That he didn't see her that way.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing this going, listen, this is what I do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, she's going to sabotage our relationship. And if you see that, and I'm telling you that, and I know you may not know that I'm not that crazy person. You may not understand, because that's what you've always dealt with, are jealous people or people that try to isolate you or whatever it is. I am not that person.
Yeah.
If I am seeing behaviors from the people around you that are going to create discomfort or disrespect or problems in our relationship, I'm going to bring that up and say, listen, I just need to put this on your radar. And that's really all it was. Like, this is what's happening. But it's one of those things, I'm not going to bring it up just because I'm jealous. Because if it would have been me and my best friend, allegedly, was bringing this girl home who he's been talking about and he's super excited about, as soon as I knew they were up and awake, I would have busted my happy ass out of my room, been like, oh my God, we're going to have to be besties now because you're in his life and I'm in his life. Let's get it. Let's be best friends. Let me get to know you. I think a lot of people are oblivious to it. Men and women both are oblivious to things they don't want to see or they don't even think they need to see.
I do not ever want to be put in that situation again.
No. And I think it boils down to having that conversation. Like, so for whoever it was that wrote the question in, you have to, if you are truly feeling what you think you're feeling, then you need to have a conversation with your friend because it's not fair to either of you. It's not fair for you to be pining after someone that might not like you in that way. And it's not fair for them to not know that you now have feelings because they're going to continue their behaviors. They're going to continue doing the things with you and being close with you and sharing and communicating and doing all of these things that you are falling in love with, not knowing that they may be hurting you in the end. Because if they're that close of a friend, they're not going to want to do that either.
Yeah.
So I really think you just have to, you have to nut up and have the conversation.
Yeah.
Say, listen, I'm starting to have these feelings. I don't know if they're real or not. Yeah. It may be because I'm in a weird space, but I feel like I'm having a romantic connection to you. Do you feel that in any way? And if they say, yeah, kind of, then try it out.
Yeah.
Give each other a kiss. See if anything's there.
Yeah.
It's not, you move on. If there's a spark, cool. You may have just worked your way into a really good relationship.
Yeah.
They may say no, and maybe we need to take a break because I don't want you feeling that way about me.
Yeah.
Because I'm out here trying to date and I can't have you, like, I don't want to make you feel bad. I don't want to make you jealous. I don't want to do any of these things. So, there is a chance that you could hurt the friendship a little bit or make it take a step back.
Yeah.
There's a chance that it could turn into something beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a chance they're just like, no, we can't be friends anymore because that's weird.
Yeah. I think that you just communicating it, just full blown, just saying it just fixes everything.
Yeah.
And regardless of whether it fixes it in a good way or a bad way, but it's going to fix itself if you will just be 100% open about it. Because I never even had those thoughts until I started working on my healing process of what all happened. And then I was like, oh my God, I think that there was feelings that was so suppressed because of other things happening in my life that I didn't even realize that it was causing this resentment and this projection and then just all kinds of things that were happening. And I did not even know who I was and just should have just been open about it and been like, hey, this is kind of happening. And I think it's just because of, like you said, I think it was just someone that was filling a void in my life at the moment. I would have never been ready for that at that moment.
Right.
Me not ever having that attention before, me never having it. I think that's what it was so lovely to feel in that moment. It does happen. And it happens every day. I just think that us being more honest and transparent about it and those feelings really does. Yeah. Because regardless, if you let it fester, it's going to create a disaster every time.
Yeah, because then they may find someone that they're happy with, and then you're sabotaging either consciously or subconsciously.
Yeah, and you not even realize you're doing it.
You may not even realize it.
Yeah. Like you said, though, it could go there's all different ways it could go. There's 5 different ways it could really go. But what if it was incredible?
Yeah. What if?
What if?
And be prepared for all of the scenarios. And if you need to talk to a close friend, get you a therapist, work this out, do what you need to do to be prepared for those scenarios because they may not, in fact, want to be your partner. Are you going to be okay with it?
Yeah.
And you need to be able to be okay with that because that's not what they signed up for. They signed up for a friendship.
They could literally look at you and say, I never speak to you again. You better be mentally prepared for that. The more that I'm apologizing and mending relationships, there's so many more positive things that's happening in my life that if I would have just held on to it, like I said, it will fester or you'll just hang on to it forever. Yeah. And why hang on to that? That's stupid baggage to hang on to. That's really is. That's like a pair of dirty underwear in your bag and you wonder why it stinks. Get rid of the dirty underwear out of your life, and that way that you're able to move on, and your life smells clean, and you're ready for this next chapter, and you're ready for these good things that will happen to you. But I do not believe that good things are going to come to you if you keep holding on to them, right? And you're not getting rid of this and mending some ties and apologizing when you probably needed to. There's some situations I feel like that you don't have, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't need to be the one to apologize, but if you know deep down that you're the one that needs to mend those broken areas, then do that, regardless of whether the answer is yes or no on your end from them. It doesn't matter. You need to mend. You need to say what you need to say, get it out, let it go so you can move on.
And I don't think it's ever too late to have those conversations. You know, you can have something that happened 10 years ago that really you've been carrying it with you. It's your dirty underwear in your bag.
Yeah.
Like you have been carrying it with you and you feel sad about it. And you're like, I really did. Shoot that person a message.
Yeah.
Give them a call. They may not receive it. That's okay.
Yeah.
You've done your part. If you've done something to wrong someone and it's still bothering you, like we've all wronged people. We've stolen other people's mans. We've done the thing, like we've all grown up, or you should have by now, probably.
Hopefully.
If you haven't, then work on that too. But if there's something that still just sticks, that you're just like, man, I still feel bad about that.
Mm-hmm.
And you've never had a conversation about it. You've never taken ownership for it. You've never had accountability. It's not too late.
No.
Say what you need to say. If they respond, they respond. If they don't, they don't. Maybe they just say, yeah, fuck off. I don't even need to talk to you anymore. Okay. You've said your piece.
Yeah.
You can't make them feel any better about it.
Yeah.
You can't change how they view you, how they want to see you, but you can fix what you need to fix. And if you feel like you need to say something, say it.
Yeah.
Just know that the response you get may not be the one you want.
Exactly.
But whatever response you get or no response, that's okay, because I got that off my chest. I said what I needed to say. I've made that amend. I have thrown out the life raft. If they want to grab it, they can. But I've done my part.
Yeah.
And that's all I can do.
Yeah.
And I think it goes to just having those conversations and, you know, back to the base of what we always talk about is communication and being open and honest with it and knowing that you may not get the answer you want. Mm-hmm. And you can be okay with that because you've said your piece.
Say your piece, however that looks coming from them. And then you have to forgive yourself. And that's like the next healing step of it, is like, because sometimes you may not get the response like you said that you wanted. Sometimes you can get an even crazier response. Sometimes they're also telling you they're sorry about something. Yeah. And that's kind of where this happened. And it was very nice. And now I'm like, okay, like we can move on. Mm-hmm. In that same sense, I was like, okay, I'm also going to forgive myself over some of this behavior. I can't keep holding on to this because this is the next step of healing and being able to move on. I think a lot of times we don't do that. We really don't take the time to sit in it and say, you know, like, I forgive me. Mm-hmm. I did some wrong. Told them I'm sorry. I've asked for their forgiveness, but I also have to forgive myself so that I'm not hanging on to this and I like let go of it. Whether that looks like you're writing it all down and burning it and it being like a physical action that you're seeing in front of you. And like I write notes in my phone a lot, like my notes folder is full of things. And after I'm done with something, I trash it. And that's my way of burning my letter.
Right.
That's my way of just saying this is done. I've forgiven myself for it. We're not going to revisit, because going back into that is just going to create more question. And the thing is some of us are we're very subconscious, like we'll get very deep in our heads about it. We get very, oh gosh, well, what if I'd have said this differently? And what if I'd have done this? No, you did it just the way you were supposed to, or it wouldn't have happened. So just think of it that way. It happened because that's the way it was supposed to happen. So leave it at that. Move on. Either work on a friendship or your relationship or wherever this is, and it will either get better. You may not ever speak again, and that's totally fine too.
Because present you and future you cannot fix past you.
No.
You can forgive past you, and you can understand. You can be like, wow, I get why I was acting like that, but I shouldn't have been acting like that. But the time, the place, the mindset that I was in was terrible. And I'm not that person anymore. Yeah. And I can let go of that because I can't fix it. I can't go back. I can say what I need to say. I can make amends. I can do what I need to do to forgive myself. I know I can't go back and fix it. There's no going back. But what I can do is move forward and be a better person. What I can do is not treat someone the way I treated that person. I can make myself uncomfortable and be honest and open to help someone else understand where I'm coming from. It's really just about learning from past you, not beating yourself up because of it, not carrying it with you. It's learning from past you. And past me wouldn't have said anything, but now I'm in this situation. I really need to say something. Yeah. Like I feel like if I don't say anything, I might miss a great opportunity. They may never know how I feel. And I really want them to know how I feel. Yeah. So I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and putting yourself through those uncomfortable moments and those vulnerable moments is where we find growth too. That's where we are growing.
Yes.
That's where you realize, oh, that was hard, but it wasn't as hard as I made it out to be for me to be able to do this. But I feel this massive weight lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I can breathe a little bit more about it. I feel like I can, like you said, I've learned from that so that I know now not to bring this into another situation. So that's just like another like check mark of like, oh, I've like grown here. And just because you've checked it off does not mean that we never face it again. Like that's another thing.
course.
Like we're going to face it again. Us knowing that we've been through that. And those uncomfortable moments are good moments. And I'm thankful for it because I mean, I'm able to now like understand that uncomfortable is okay.
Yes.
That you just don't grow in like perfect all the time. There's no growth in perfect.
No.
I think that some people, they think that, you know, growth comes from being perfect. And I'm like, actually, growth comes from the opposite way.
Yeah.
Dealing with the hard and working through the hard and being put in the most compromising positions sometimes.
Yeah.
And you figuring a way out. There's not always going to be a savior that will come in and save you. Like you have to save yourself. What does that look like to you? Are we going to grow from that? Don't let other people get in your head about it. Be very mindful of who we have around us and surrounding us and making sure that we're not letting someone create a situation that doesn't exist. And I think we all have faced that. I think that it makes it super messy sometimes.
Yeah.
When it doesn't need to be.
Right. So there you go. Just talk about it.
Communicate.
That's it.
Clear and transparent.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
For my producer, Jay Lindley, I'm Leslie Ross. Thank you all for joining us. Please send any questions or comments through the website, heytherapist.com. They may be featured on the show anonymously. Hey Therapist is an SEOK radio production and is for your entertainment purposes only. Thank you for joining us. Make good choices.